Welcome to Satish Navadrishti. Today we are decoding how e-Shram and AIKosha are quietly rewriting the future of India's unorganized workforce. Most people don't realize this, but for decades, India's workers lived with one basic fundamental problem. They were invisible. The person laying bricks on a Mumbai building, or the domestic worker in Bangalore, or the migrant who travel hundreds of kilometers for seasonal work. None of them were recorded in any government system. So when COVID hit, it became a disaster. Because how do you help people the government doesn't even know whether they exist or not? And that crisis changed everything. And from that moment came two major decisions. The first one was e-Shram program, a national database that finally gave informal workers an official identity. And the second program was AIKosha, an AI platform that can use the identity to deliver smarter, faster welfare. Together, they are helping India build something really powerful, a worker intelligence stack. From a simple worker ID to an AI driven system that understands needs and delivers support. And trust me, the impact of this is much bigger than the most people imagine. In August 2021, the Ministry of Labour and Employment launched e-Shram program, India's first Aadhaar-linked national database for unorganized workers. And what happened next was unbelievable. By 2025, more than 30 crore workers had registered. That's more people than the entire population of the United States. Can you believe that? And each registration isn't just a name on a list. Every worker gets a 12-digit UN, a universal account number, linked to their Aadhaar, their job type, where they live, their bank account, and even basic family details. Think about what that means. A construction worker from Rajasthan who travels to Pune for work is no longer invisible. For the first time, the government knows who they are, what they do, where they are, and how to reach them. This entire e-Shram program runs on Azure cloud and can handle more than 2 lakh transactions per second. Today, 14 major welfare schemes from accident insurance to health coverage are connected to this one registry. But here is the real point. E-Shram is not just a list of workers. It is India's largest structured data set on informal labor. More than 30 crore verified profiles with identity, occupation, income, and location. That's not just data, that's raw material. And the real question was always, what can India build with this? Now comes the next big piece, AIKosh or AIKosha. This program was launched in March 2025 under the India AI mission. AIKosh or AIKosha is basically India's national AI platform. Think of it like a huge, secure digital brain that brings together everything, datasets, AI models, and tools across sectors like labor, health, agriculture, education, and more. And the scale is massive. AIKosha or AIKosh already hosts more than 10,000 plus datasets across 20 sectors, contributed by close to 400 organizations. Some datasets are open, some are restricted, and some can be accessed through APIs. It also carries close to 300 plus AI models, including India's own sovereign models like Sarvam, text-to-speech systems in Indian languages, and specialized tools built for Indian conditions. And this matters in a very real way. Take an example. A Tamil construction worker living in Delhi doesn't need an AI tool trained on English documents from the West. What she needs? Something that understands her language, her accent, her context. AIKosha or AIKosha's multilingual models are built exactly for that. And here is the beautiful part. What AIKosha is to AI, e-Shram is to workers' identity. One gives the data, the other gives the intelligence to act on that data. And when these two come together, that's when the real transformation begins. And this is where everything comes together. The real magic happens when e-Shram and AIKosha or AIKosha work together. Think of it like this. E-Shram tells us who the worker is, their identity, their job, their income, and their location. AIKosha tells us how to use that information through AI models, datasets, and analytics. Together, they form India's worker intelligence stack, as I said in the beginning. So, what does this actually enable? Six big capabilities start to appear. And the first one is predictive welfare targeting. AI can spot workers who might slip through the cracks before a crisis hits. Imagine a migrant worker in Surat whose income drops for 3 months. The system can automatically trigger Ayushman Bharat enrollment. No forms, no queues, no delay. Second one is migration pattern analysis. e-Shram tracks seasonal movement. AIKosha analyze it. This means benefits can follow the worker across states, not wait for her to return home. Third is the labor market intelligence. Real-time data from 30 crore profiles gives policymakers something they never had. Live evidence-based insights for labor reforms. Fourth one is multilingual communication. AIKosha's Indian language models help workers get information and raise complaints in their own language. Automated benefit delivery. If a worker becomes eligible for a scheme, the system can trigger enrollment instantly through APIs. And lastly, fraud detection. AI can flag duplicate profiles, outdated job details, and inconsistencies across millions of records. At this scale, clean data isn't just a technical need, it is a governance necessity. Now let's break down the actual architecture. The worker intelligence stack operates as a four-layer system, with each layer depending on the one below it. The first one is the identity layer. This is the e-Shram UN, Aadhaar linked, verified, and portable. For many daily wage workers who have never had a formal document, this is their first real entry point into the system. Without identity, nothing else can function. Then comes the data layer. This is the worker's full profile, job type, income, location, family details, migration history, etc., etc. It's rich, constantly changing, and forms the raw signal the system learns from. Then comes the intelligence layer. This is where AIKosha or AIKosh steps in. Predictive analytics, language models, fraud detection, eligibility checks, all the AI tools that turn raw data into meaningful insight. And then comes the last layer, action. This is where everything becomes real. Automatic scheme enrollment, targeted relief, real-time benefit transfer through APIs. This is intelligence turning into impact. And here is the big idea. The outcome of this stack is a system that doesn't wait for workers to apply. It finds them, checks their eligibility, and delivers benefits proactively. And the scale is huge. With 30 plus crore profiles and 14 schemes already connected, even a 10% improvement in targeting could reach 3 crore additional workers. That's not a small policy tweak. That's a complete shift in how social security is delivered in India. Now, we also have to be honest about the gaps. The infrastructure is powerful, but turning potential into reality is not automatic. There are some tough challenges India must resolve, and the first one is data freshness. A worker who registered, say, in 2022 may have changed cities, jobs, and income since his registration. If the data is old, the AI decisions will also be old, which means the wrong person may get benefits or the right person may get nothing. Secondly, privacy and consent. Connecting e-Shram's 30 plus crore profiles to AIKosha's AI systems is not a small step. Did workers consent to their data being used in the predictive models? What protections exist against misuse? These are real governance questions, not technical ones. State-centered coordination. 14 central schemes are integrated, but hundreds of state schemes are still separate. True portability needs all states and union territories to agree on data standards, APIs, and rules. That's a coordination challenge as much as a tech challenge. Lastly, digital exclusion. The workers who need help the most often have the least digital access. A 50-year-old farm worker in rural Jharkhand may not have a smartphone or internet. The last mile still needs human support, not just algorithms. From a design perspective, the worker intelligence stack is strong, no doubt. But on the ground, it's fragile at the edges. The real investment now is not in more AI models. It is in data governance, community facilitation, and building trust with workers who fear surveillance. Because without strong safeguards, the same system that delivers welfare can also exclude people. Ethical AI isn't optional here, it is essential. Let's end the journey with the real heart of the story. For decades, India's informal workers were invisible. They built our cities, cleaned our homes, harvested our food, but they didn't exist in any official data. e-Shram changed that. It gave 30 crore workers an identity, a number, a record, a presence in the system. AIKosha takes the next step. It gives that identity a future. It turns a static record into a living profile. It turns a registry into an intelligence engine. And it turns welfare from a passive system where workers must apply into an active system that finds workers, understands their needs, and delivers support automatically. This is the promise of the worker intelligence stack. And the foundation, the data, the models, the policy framework is already in place. So the question now isn't, can India do this? The question is, can India close the gap between what the system is capable of and what it is actually delivering fast enough to matter for the 30 crore workers who are already registered and waiting? If this mission resonates with you, like this video, subscribe to Navdrishti, and share it with anyone who cares about India's future. Thank you.